What is up, Crypto Questers? Today we are going to be talking about a brand new project that is bringing together the metaverse and NFTs. They're very exciting, a very promising project. I'm personally super excited to see them grow and see them progress. So without further ado, come with me as we explore Reset. All right, so right off the bat here at the home screen, we can actually see the white paper. We can check that out. If you guys actually strongly suggest and recommend that you guys check it out on your own time, I will be having the link to this website in the description. Since it is the white paper, it's going to be a little more extensive, a little bit longer, and I don't want to take too much of you guys' time tonight. As I know it is the weekend, just want to give you guys a quick token review about this, let you guys know about it, and see if it's something you're interested in. And the white paper is also a great tool to be able to help you personally understand and grasp what the concept of the project and its ecosystem is going to be like. So if we scroll down actually here, what I mentioned in the intro about how it's going to be connecting the metaverse and NFTs together, this is actually what I mean. When the meta people are going to be your characters in the metaverse. They're going to be able to have their own meta families, meta assets, and you'll be able to actually navigate the meta store. So these guys, like I said, will be all obviously operating under the meta world here. The assets will be things such as cars, stores, land, buildings, all that fun stuff there. And these guys are all customizable, which I will actually, let's go ahead and check them out here real quick. If we go into the Explore tab under Meta People, we can just see what these three were going to be looking like. Now these were already made by the team, just given random. They call them DNA specs. So you can see right here at the far left, skin tone type 3 with the male, falcon hairstyle, and medium length. So these are obviously placeholders, I feel, for these last ones, because that doesn't look like medium. I don't know. That looks kind of long for me, but hey. So if we scroll down here, we actually see the DNA and characteristic specifications. So this is things that go from your hairstyle, the skin tone, all the way to things like your hats, your face, the way your face is going to be obstructed, your shades, and even things like chains, earrings, or pendants that you want to wear. Now, this is really interesting. I really like this idea and concept of how customizable these guys can actually be. So you can pick any of these, any of the skin tones, any of the lengths. I'm curious to see what it means by boss. Does that mean bald? Like, is the boss going to be bald? Because if it's bald, that's going to be a pretty funny joke that they throw in there. Because I mean, like, look, it goes from like shortest to longest, right? It goes short, medium, long. So I would assume boss just means you're just completely bald. Or maybe it means you have a boss hair length, which I don't know what a boss hair length would be. Probably extra long, honestly. Have like those like rock stars that like fling their hair all around the place, kind of like that idea. I wonder if that's what they mean. I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see if once they start coming out what the boss hair length is going to look like, because I am pretty excited to see what that's going to be. Either way, I feel like it's going to be pretty funny. Whether, like I said, it's that rock star extremely long, or it's just completely bald. I gotta admit, I probably would honestly make a character that's completely bald just for the fun of it. So if we go into the tokens here, this will be talking about how it's an ecosystem token, and it's going to be the native token of its ecosystem. So this is going to be utilized in earning daily wages, trading, chilling at restaurants, lounges, dates, it seems like, providing services and any other formats the meta people decide. So the thing about this token as well is it's 100% community driven. Whatever the community wants, they will hold a vote. They all vote on if that's something they want to implement, and the team will implement it for them. I do believe you will be able to use Reset for the meta shop. I feel that may be another option as well. Don't hold me to that though, but that would make sense to me, especially once the meta shop rolls around, which you guys will see in the roadmap that we will talk about when that's going to be expected to come out. But we will see. And like I said, be really interesting to see what the shop is going to have in store for us as well. Taxation wise, it does have a 10% tax on sales or buys and sells. So that's going to be 5% going to the product development fund and 5% going to the top 100 community members fund, which we will talk about this later in the video. I do want to talk about that up. So if we go down here, here's the tokenomics. They have a total supply of 1 billion with a circulating supply of 655 or 57 million, not 55, 57 million. 12% of that, so 120 million locked for 6 months. 72 million. I don't know why this is so hard for me to do math today. 72 million reserved for the future, 50 million going to advisors, and it looks like 100 million going to partners. So very interesting distribution. I actually like this distribution, not going to lie. It's pretty nice in my opinion. So if we go to the roadmap tab here, we scroll down, we can see this was actually a concept since Q1. This was actually, the project itself was released back in May. So it is about 5 months old. Still really old. You've still a really young project. Still a great time to invest into it. So if we go down here, we can actually see in Q3, this was their plannings, was getting the meta people out, getting CoinGecko in a CMC listing, which they do have. I will be putting that in the link as well for you guys to check out. A Web3 with portal launch, which I'm assuming we're on the version 3 of it. And of course, a centralized exchange listing. So if we go to Q4, which was actually started at the start of this month of October. So we are in Q4 now. What they plan on working on is they plan on working on the meta family, developing the meta family, making sure everything works the way that they intend for it and is smoothly and functioning properly. That way they can get it ready and set for us. They'll also have a special announcement and a website, a V4 website launch. I'm assuming the special announcement and the Web 4 launch will be probably towards the end of Q4. So probably we're looking around, I would say probably December-ish for these last two. The reason why I say that is because that's just the way it's laid out. I feel like that's what they intended for it. Now, obviously, these things can be finished sooner because, they could easily just breeze right through the rest of this testing that they need to do for the meta family because there's no issues, there's no complications, and the coding decides to behave with them. So that's what they're going to be working on from now all the way to December. Start of January of 2023, they will be working on the meta assets. So they're going to be working for those, 3 months? So till about April, I want to say, working on implementing and making sure, just the same thing as the meta family, making sure the meta assets work the exact same way that they want it to and be able to actually function as they intend for it. We go into Q2. Now, this is the last thing they have planned. This is going all the way up until about the start of fall. About the end of that is where they have all the way to plan to. And this is going to be working on the Meta Store alpha release. Then they're going to be started working on the Meta World itself. In between the Meta World developing, and it looks like they say a Meta Reset ecosystem accelerator, they're shooting for another centralized exchange listing. After that, they will be doing a Meta World alpha reset release. And then they're going to be working with business. They'll be working with business to consumer partners on a proof of concept development. Now, obviously, there's probably a lot more work that they have after this. It's just to this point, that's how much they have planned as of right now, or at least mapped out, roadmapped for them right now. These will be, I would assume this will be added on as we get closer towards the end of this roadmap. The really nice thing about constantly evolving and constantly changing projects is they don't really necessarily have an end. They just continue building and continue adding on to the roadmap. So it's really exciting, and this is why I personally really like this project, because I could see this one constantly building, constantly working, especially because it's that 100% driven by the community. The community will be holding votes on what they want to implement, how they want certain things to work, or if they want a specific whatever it may be. I'm not sure. Obviously, like I'm terrible at coming up with ideas, but just it's a nice thing once the community has that kind of opportunity. They can go in and actually they progress projects the project's work, obviously, by giving them ideas and giving them things to work with. So if we go to the community, it says that it's a 100% driven community, with most active community members being rewarded with tax slots in the top 100 community member pool. So if you want to actually read their community manifesto, you can check that out as well. Here they just tell you about the top 100 community members. They show you a bit of the tweets, which are actually clickable here. That's really interesting, really nice. And of course, they have their socials on Twitter, Telegram, Reddit, Medium, and I forgot which one this one was, GitHub. I always forget what that one is. Going back up to the docs, so the documents have their white paper, their contract, and the meta people specs. I would assume as it grows on, since it has the meta people specs, I think they will be adding the meta town or meta family, meta assets, all of that stuff in there. Probably, I would assume, I'm not sure how they would implement. I don't know if they would do it as for the assets where you could like use the website to buy assets or what. We will see as time goes on. And of course, in update videos, I will be doing update videos over this project about their progress, just to keep us, all together and all on the same page and keep going along. So here's their mission. If you guys want to read through this, that'll be perfectly fine. I feel like you guys will get bored with me sitting here trying to talk to you guys about that. So I will let you guys go ahead and read through that. Here, of course, they have their inquiries and partnerships. They have their own email for you to contact. And they also have their team. So they have their head of business, their head of product, their 3D art, their 2D 3D artist, their developer, and they have 3 mods on here. Now, one thing that I like this person kind of thing. This is a really interesting concept and design, but like I'm curious to wonder, like, when they're fully launched, when everything's fully operational, are they going to take these are these like filler pictures that they're waiting for to make meta people, and then that's going to be their profile? If so, I'd love to see each of these guys' designs, because I would assume they'd only do the guys that have the placeholder person, but to have their meta people in there, that'd be really cool to see. So yeah, like I said, really interesting, very promising project, has a lot planned, and I'm super excited to see this thing to grow and to progress. As I said, I will be keeping constant be keeping constant updates on it. Whenever something new comes up, we will be talking about it. Let's go back to the roadmap. That should be, I was going to say, we'll be talking. Yeah, we'll just talk about through as they go through the meta family, be given updates about where their progress, where they're going at. And then also when they release that special announcement, I will be making a video about that special announcement, because obviously it's going to be something special. All right, so that's all we have for you today. I hope you guys did enjoy that token review. Like I said, really a lot of potential and really interesting. The metaverse in general, I feel like, has a lot of potential. I could see it being something really cool as long as it's done right. But I feel like if we have projects like these guys that are going to be kind of the leaders in producing kind of what would be the mass usage, I would guess, in the metaverse, I feel like we'd be in pretty safe hands. So again, if you guys enjoyed that video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well, and make sure that it is on. That way you can never miss whenever I post and or go live, especially with the updates that will be coming out with this project as it develops. The nice thing about early on projects is that they can still have so much going on and so much coming up in so like in very rapid succession of each other. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe out there, and as always, quest on.